Oh!
That thing hella squirted.
Oil kind of makes your lips go numb. Because I wasn't yanking on it, I was just wiggling it up and down. Hey guys, what's going on? Alan here. Okay. Welcome back to the channel. We are working back on the Intrepid again. If you saw the last video, you probably know what I'm talking about. Let's see, it's the oil cooler line that runs from the sensor down there below or slightly behind the power steering pump, and it runs all the way along the bottom and runs up to the top of the radiator. Over here, it's the longer one. But here's the new part that I ordered. I don't remember where I found it, online somewhere, but that's the number from SKP. I was looking at it from underneath and it looked really hard to get to. We might not have to take a whole bunch of stuff apart because I can get 2 wrenches on it right here from this position, driver's side, right next to the oil filter there, obviously, and there's the sensor, because it's actually leaking from the crimped end way over here on this side. I mean, this thing is a mess. I cleaned it a bunch. I scrubbed it, sprayed it, and scrubbed it, and then, I mean, you can see it's like half-assed, but I mean, considering how big the ass was, it's a big difference. The wrenches are 5/8 on the smaller side and what was it, 18 on the larger one. So, and then you can reach over here. Woo, my ninja skills. And you can pull this down, you know, out of the way. These other 2 lines, these are transmission cooler lines, it looks like. Just kind of yank those out of the way there. Looks like it's probably supposed to be attached to something, but I wouldn't worry about that. So looking at it from the other side, we're gonna have to disconnect this thing, separate it from the other hose. There you can see the leak. It's dripping right out of the crimp there. And we're gonna have to remove this piece of plastic so we can get access to, there's a fastener that holds a metal part of the line on, and there somewhere holds it to the block. This one's halfway out already. So there's the hose with the clip there, but it just, you don't need to unbolt anything. I think once I disconnect the top end, it just pops off. Okay, I did it. Oh, I had to do it. I didn't see any other way to get to this. And so I took everything off, or, you know, that cover. You just got to remove all those bolts right there. It's 16 flare nut wrench, and I got an oil pan down there just in case when I break it loose it starts leaking. What are they flipping it? Doing the old flip trick? Oh, the wiggle. There we go. The wiggle trick. Okay. Well, there it is right there, that nasty clip. So I'm just like pry on it and pull up and see if it comes out. All right, there's the old one. Uber greasy. And I believe that's the source of the leak. So hopefully there won't be any more leaks after this. There's the new one. Give it a little twist. It wants to go right where it needs to be. Right down between fans. Yeah. Oh, we can just do that, sure. We'll start this end to end. Right now it's just hanging down and touching the ground. Hey.
What are you doing?
Putting in the new.
Snapped close. Just snap close.
Snap to close. It's already closed though, right? Get that out of there.
It's at 83%.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good.
Can I see a little bit more?
Nope. Why don't you go pee? There's the bathroom right there. Come over here a little more. And get back together. See? We'll just get back on the clip. So it's sitting on the clip right now. I'm gonna just let it hang out on top of the clip for right now until I get the other end threaded on.
Dad, look what I'm doing.
Are you using the jack? Well, hold on, buddy. Huh.
Dude, how high does this go?
Is that supposed to be loose like that?
Dad, look how high.
Yeah. Okay, just gotta put the wrenches on those. Alright. I don't have any coolant in it, but I do have oil. The only thing I'm worried about is it leaking from that joint where the sensor is. Is it spewing oil? Oh no! It is leaking from that joint now. Well, that is just friggin' terrible. Terrible. Okay, I'm all right. That's all good. We'll get it figured out. You guys understand? That's annoying, right? And then what's even worse, I'll be good, I'm good, it's all right. What's even worse is I went and looked up the part and look at some of this pricing. Okay, let's see. Look at that, $246. It's ridiculous, right? Just kidding. I'll be okay. So I went ahead and just took everything apart up top to just get everything out of my way. I took the alternator out. I took the radiator out and the hoses. Disconnected the cooler lines on both sides of the radiator. Took the power steering pump off. Took the power steering bracket off here. Now we can get a clear shot of that sensor, what it looks like. So that's the sensor there. And you can see here's the line I just replaced that goes to it. Underneath there. And this guy swivels right at this joint right here. And you can see those are the two pieces that there's in those pictures. This part threads in separately, and then there's an O-ring that seals these two pieces together, and that's where it's leaking, was out of that O-ring. So I'm hoping I can get in there and replace that O-ring. Oh! Well, that didn't work. Let me try. I'm gonna take the sensor out and put some heat to it and see if I can basically melt the O-ring. I'll let that piece come back apart. I cleaned it out with brake clean so I don't bake any oil in there. Something's getting pushed out of there. I think the O-ring. Getting red hot. Still spins, but it's not coming off. Why doesn't it come off? Yep. Clearly something I don't know. Fix my screwdriver. I don't know what's holding it together. Okay, so it's the next morning and it's nice and cooled down, nice and cold. And I started playing with it because last night after putting the heat to it, it wouldn't come apart still. You know I saw pieces of O-ring come out of there, but it wasn't coming apart. But I came out here this morning and just started twisting on the two pieces here, and I think it's coming off. And I had to go see, yep, nice. I had to go run and grab the camera real quick before I took it all the way off. But that is a little different than what I was seeing in the pictures. I think it's damaged. How do you get damage like that there? So the O-ring sits just inside there. I don't know, is that like 1/16 of an inch? Just inside there, which means the O-ring rides right there on that dirty line. Like that. O-ring sitting right there. I just don't know how you get, and just years of wear and tear, flexing, vibrating. Oh, that's not good. All right, so I cleaned it up. I got it in the chem dip for a little while and looked inside and realized there's actually a spring inside there. I don't know if you can tell, but there is a spring inside there that retains this into place. Right there, you hear that? So both pieces are all nice and cleaned up. And I got all my O-rings out. There is a green one, when you look at the new ones, it's a green one that's sitting inside this piece, and green is usually for high pressure, like in AC systems. And I'm looking, and it's gonna be basically this one or this one. This one appears to be a slight bit thicker, possibly, from what I can tell. Other than it's a different color of green and it's a lot slicker than these guys. I don't know if this is an off-brand or if these are two different qualities on purpose, you know what I mean? But I'm gonna go with this guy. First, I'll have to feed it into this. Holy cow, guys, this might just work. A little bit of silicone or oil. Oh, wait, okay, hold on. So see, this lip is the problem, this damage. Doesn't want to stay clipped very well. I don't know if it'll hold up or not under pressure. But there's only one way to find out, so. Alright, got some goo on there. Let's go thread it into the block. Alright, and there's the finished product. Back together again. Looking good. Let's just hope that that holds. Doesn't blow out of there.
Oh, yeah, that thing hella squirted. Right out the center of it. Just.
Oh shit, I forgot to hook the sensor on. Alright, let's try this again. It's the next morning, rainy morning. Let's see if that blows apart. Oh, it didn't blow apart. Is it holding? Leaks on my lines over there. Transmission line is holding, okay. Now, just need to inspect for the leak. I don't have any coolant, so this thing can't stay run forever. So far, so dry. Okay, well, you heard that lifter noise. That was probably from that oil dumping straight out of there. You ever got that feeling like you forgot something and you just can't shake it? And sure enough, like every time you were right. But yeah, I checked the oil and we lost about a quart on the ground. So I put some more in it already and it didn't leak. Still nervous about driving it though. Just seems sketchy, you know? But with the price of that part, I don't have a choice. Well, that didn't work out. I started it up again and I wanted to wiggle it while it was running to see if the pressure would just push it off, try to simulate just like normal vibrations. And sure enough, it popped off. I was holding on to it so it didn't get as bad as before. I just popped it right back in. Yeah, it sprayed me all over the face. A little bit all over the car. Oil kind of makes your lips go numb. My glasses. My thinking is if it pops out that easy, because I wasn't yanking on it, I was just wiggling it up and down. The pressure pushed it out on its own. So that's too sketchy, too much of a chance.
weld it.
Well, fast forward a couple weeks and I am disabled in my bed, threw my back out. And I'm actually in the middle of another head gasket job for a Ford Ranger right now. I did basically cover, I still covered the removal and install, and even how to fix it if you wanted to try to replace just the O-ring. Unfortunately, that didn't work out for me because the metal on my part was chewed away. That lip that little internal spring has to grab onto, that lip was chewed away and rounded off, so there's just no way it was going to stay in. But thanks again, guys. Please subscribe and hit the bell. Leave a comment if, I don't know, leave a comment for any reason whatsoever. Thanks for watching, guys. See you later.